I always thought that after a decade together, the thrill fades and what you're left with is peace. That's what I believe marriage meant. Not fireworks every day, but a steady flame you shield from the wind. Claire, my wife, used to say she felt the same way. Or at least, that's what I thought. The changes started small, almost imperceptible. Her phone spent more time face down on the table. She began wearing perfume to the grocery store again, something she hadn't done since our last anniversary. I didn't want to be the suspicious husband, so I convinced myself it was harmless. Maybe she just needed a little boost, a reminder of herself. One night, she came home later than usual. I was half asleep on the couch when I heard her keys hit the counter. "You're still up?" she asked, her voice light, like she was surprised I noticed. "Yeah," I said, pretending to scroll through my phone. "Work ran late again." She smiled, the kind of polite smile people wear when they're hiding something. "You know how it is," she added, walking straight to bedroom. I wanted to believe her. God, I really did. The next morning, I tried to brush it off. I made breakfast, pancakes, and coffee, the little rituals that keep a marriage alive. She took a bite, said she wasn't hungry, grabbed her phone, and laughed softly at a message before leaving. That laugh, I hadn't heard it with me in months. A week later, she suggested we take a break. She said she needed to find herself. That phrase, it's a national anthem of people planning to cheat. I told her fine. I gave her space. 2 weeks went by with no calls, no texts, no questions, just waiting. When she finally returned, she seemed different, lighter, freer, as if the weight of our marriage had been lifted off her shoulders. We sat at the kitchen table. Her eyes avoided mine, tracing the grain of the wood with her finger. Then, calmly, as if she were admitting she'd bought a new dress, she said, "Ethan, there's someone else." I didn't respond. I stared at the wall behind her. "He makes me feel alive," she continued. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just did. I breathed slowly. My heart wasn't racing. My hands didn't shake. Maybe because deep down I'd been waiting for this line. "Alive," I repeated. "So you mean I make you feel responsible, grounded, adult, and he makes you feel 20 again?" She flinched, stayed silent. I stood, walked to the cabinet, and pulled out a box, the one she'd used when she first moved in with me years ago. I set it on the table. "Cool," I said. "Pack your things." Her mouth opened slightly, as if she hadn't expected me to take her literally. "Ethan, wait. I didn't mean—" "You mean exactly what you said." I interrupted. "You feel alive with him." "Good. Go live." I added. She froze. The confidence she'd carried into the kitchen crumbled. "You're really throwing away 10 years just like that?" she asked. "No," I replied. "You did." She didn't move immediately, staring at the box as if waiting would make it disappear. Slowly, trembling, she reached for her closet. The room felt heavy, thick with the quiet hum of something ending. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just watched her fold her life into cardboard. The same clothes she'd worn to dinners, the same perfume that now made my stomach turn. Every zipper felt like a door locking inside me. When she finished, she turned, giving me that look, the one that says, "You're supposed to stop me," but I didn't. "Ethan, I didn't plan this," she said softly. "I believe you," I replied. Most people don't plan to destroy what they have. They just get careless. She looked away, wiping her cheek. "I thought maybe after some time apart you want to talk." "There's nothing left to talk about," I said. "You already found what you were missing." I helped her carry the box to the door. She hesitated, waiting for me to change my mind. I opened it wider. When the door clicked shut behind her, the silence that followed wasn't empty. It was peaceful, like a wound finally stopped bleeding. That night, I sat on the couch, the same spot I had when she first came home late. Everything looked the same, but the house felt lighter. The next morning, I went through the motions: coffee, breakfast, work, emails. But for the first time in months, I didn't feel the need to check my phone. 3 weeks later, her name appeared on my screen. I didn't answer. The next day, another message: "Can we talk?" Ignored. 2 days later, "I think I made a mistake." Of course she did. Reality always returns when the thrill fades. When I finally replied, it was only you made a choice. Live with it. Months went by. At work, nobody asked about her. Friends said I looked calmer, better. I started running again, picked up my old guitar, and reconnected with parts of myself that had been sleeping under the weight of keeping someone else happy. One afternoon, I saw her at the park. She sat alone on a bench, phone in hand, looking lost. The man who made her feel alive was nowhere in sight. She saw me before I could turn away. For a moment, her face brightened. But when I didn't smile back, it faded. She stood, walked over, and quietly said, "You look good." "Thanks," I said. An awkward pause. She fiddled with her sleeve. I just wanted to say, "I'm sorry." I nodded. "I know." She waited for more. A crack, a chance, a way back in. But there was nothing left to take. "You once said you felt alive with him." I told her. "I hope you still do." Her eyes welled up, but I didn't wait to see the tears fall. At home, I poured a drink, sat by the window, and watched the city lights flicker. Then I realized I had spent years thinking love was about holding someone close. But sometimes love is letting them go and not following. Claire taught me this. People don't always betray you because they stop loving you. Sometimes they betray themselves, and you're just too close when they fall. Either way, you learn to stop catching them. I finished my drink, turned off my phone, and smiled. For the first time in years, I felt alive.